The question for me is at the heart of what you're doing today, which is, it's all very well for the ESD experts, and I'm not sure I know what an ESD expert is. I actually don't count myself as an ESD expert because I think it's a developing practice. So there have been, since the late 80s, early 90s, a group of people who've been thinking about this, and Stephen is one of those people that's been thinking about it. But
more than 30 years.
Yeah. I know. I was trying to be nice. But there are people who've been thinking about this, and they've come up with theories, they've come up with models, they've come up with frameworks. There's a common thing where people talk about, we need coherence, we need, a map so people can really follow. Actually, I've been saying since 2000, we just need people to have a go. People who don't count themselves as the experts. People who are going to take what they can from this and make it work in their own context. And that's why I think today is exciting, because I think of this as a two-way conversation. So for those of you who are just starting out and developing it, your learning is as important, I think, to the experts as some of the ideas and the things that you will get back from them. So I would see this really as a two-way conversation. There is no set good practice yet of ESD. We're developing it together. So I'm hoping that will relieve any tension about people worrying about not being expert in this, because you don't have to be. Even if you're doing some practice, you're already one foot on the ladder, and that is really worth sharing. And I will be asking some gentle questions. I'll be asking questions around the teaching and learning. How is that working? What have been the barriers? What have you learned that's been different from what you were doing before? And if we can all think about those sorts of questions as well, there'll be a bit of interviewing after each person, and then there'll be a small Q&A. We've got a World Cafe, and then we'll revisit it at the end of the day as well. And hopefully we're going to end up with 5 areas that are core, important, key questions that you as a group would like to work on today. So it's not just about the presentations, it's about taking that forward, and the 5 tables will be those 5 areas that we're going to work on.